Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Just tying up loose ends on a bunch of small miscellaneous welding stuff. But yeah, this is how it usually is. We just get done with small things, and I'm always working on a lot of miscellaneous welding stuff. Nothing too crazy. I'll show you real quick though. Yeah, I get a lot of miscellaneous things. I'm always working on welding projects almost every other day. But this belonged to a trampoline to somebody, and it snapped in half, and these parts are discontinued. They don't make these parts for sale for individual sales. Probably had to buy a whole trampoline for it, but it snapped in half during the windstorm the other week. It ain't too pretty. I'm just making it where he can use the trampoline again. Yeah, not the prettiest weld, but I actually had to fill the gap in. It was like a 1/4 inch, so I had to just fill it with MIG welding wire. Not pretty at all. So we left off in the last video where we actually broke everything apart over here. It's all broken down. Fenders are just hanging on the side. It's not even bolted on. I'm turning around real quick. Yeah, it's just hanging on there. In fact, I might even just tape this all off. I'll explain that to another video. And hang it on there and paint it while that's off. It's gonna be a long, detailed task. I might not even record anything. It's just kind of self-explanatory. I might even hit it straight to time lapse because it's tedious work. It's gonna take half a day just to go over all the nooks and crannies, all the edges. Hey, what's up, Gunny? This guy always knows when to show up. What's up, buddy? That guy always knows when to show up when I'm recording. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably slap that time lapse, get all the little corners, nooks and crannies, cracks, everything that's shiny. It takes, that work is really tedious, and it's easy. It just takes a lot of time and a good eye to go after all the details that people will overlook. So we are going to get at that right now, and I'll keep you posted on what the next step is. All right. So, from the hyperlapse, you can see I just got done scuffing and taking apart the entire fender, fasteners and plastic screws and whatnot. So, a little tip: buy a lot of sandwich bags when you are disassembling a car. It will save your ass down the road. I worked at a lot of shops, and I've seen a lot of guys who were really unorganized. They would just throw their nuts and bolts into the actual car. I mean, you can do that if you're taking apart something from the door or something from that area, the door hinge or whatever. Yeah, because you know it belongs to that side. But I see a lot of guys just throw a bunch of stuff in there, stuff from the engine bay into the trunk. I'm sure down the road, once you start putting it back together, they probably figure it out, but I'm sure they'll have like leftover 10 bolts or whatnot. So what I like to do is just sandwich bags, anything I can fit in these small things, fastener, plastic, screws, you name it. Then after that, I put tape on there and I label it left fender, right fender, bumper assembly, whatnot. Just a good tip, keep you organized. It's a good habit actually. Ever since I've been doing this the last like 18 years, I've just been organized with everything else for the most part. Not the shop. The shop gets kind of out of hand because this is just a hobby, part-time thing, and it's hard to just full-time family this and keep clean. I try to clean up after myself after every day of use of tools and work. And it's like that, and I'll find a nice safe place. You can put it in there if you want, but I put it right behind the dash. That way it doesn't fall out anywhere by accident. The door jambs, it's gonna be a time lapse. No need to do a regular video of me scuffing because that's just boring. It's like watching paint dry. Stay tuned. All right, it's time to hit the jambs now. So like on previous video, like I said, the customer tried to help out and scuff all this up, and it's got a lot of shiny areas, but you know, it helps out. It helped out a little bit. But first things first, we are actually going to clean these jambs before I get into it. Clean it really good with some water-based cleaner. You could even use probably some Windex if that's all you got. That actually works too. It's really similar to that water-based stuff that they mix. I believe that's what I was told by the paint rep. And it smells like it also. So clean it with water-based cleaner. let it evaporate, and then I'm gonna hit it with the solvent wax and grease remover. Then that's when we scuff. Always clean really good and thoroughly before you sand, scratch, anything, because all you're doing is gouging that whatever contaminant grease into the substrate or paint surface right here, and you don't want it to happen because you can't see that, and it'll bite you in the ass down the road. Probably won't bite your ass right away, but could be anything. So better safe than sorry. Take care of that all at once and get that all sanded. And oh wait, no, it's my son back there. What's up, Viren? Want to say hi to everybody?
Hey.
He be sneaking up on me sometimes, but the other one, Vincent, he's a sneaky one. He be trying to actually scare you. He'll hide in the closet and pop out and do like a ninja flip kick on you just to, you know, startle you. Gonna make me throw my back out. I'm getting old, you know. So stay tuned. We are going to get on this clean wax grease. It's gonna hold this for solvent base. Always keep them separate. They don't mix together. You want to spray it? Just press it and spray the really quick. Quick. No, this right here. Okay, yeah, that's good. And I think that's good enough. Thank you. Thank you. Give some. Yeah, the helper. Every day they always helping. I try to keep them active, and they're actually interested. So we're gonna go straight to time lapse. Stay tuned. All right, I think we got most of that all scuffed. I'm gonna turn the camera around to show you why prepping takes long. I know when people say just scuff and shoot, they make it sound like it's just quick scuff, and most people's mind, they just do a quick scuff and see a little scratch. Technically, you don't want to have no shininess sticking out, not even a slight shining. When people scuff, they scratch it, but it's still not scratched enough. You need it to so we need this to be really scuffed up really good, no shininess, because if it's shiny, technically you can't spray anything over it because mechanically it won't bond. You can still spray it over, nothing will happen yet. Down the road it will start bubbling up and peeling from the edges and whatever. So technically you just you need this to, I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. You need it to look like this, flat. This was hard for the customer to get their hands in there, but the rest of it, what they did earlier, it wasn't good enough. Not even 25% good enough. But you know, that's not what they do for a living. This is what I do for a profession and a hobby. See how it looks a lot more flat? Everything is scratched up. There might be a little bit of shininess. I gotta go hit with the red Scotch-Brite. But yeah, it looks way more flat compared to before. You need it like this. You need it like this to mechanically bond for the paint. Whatever you spray over, it needs to bite into there. So yeah, I was just trying to explain that real quick after the time lapse. I'm pretty happy with it. It ain't as good as I want it to be. I wish I could sand all the old paint down, but we don't get paid to do that. We don't get paid to sand off old stuff unless they're paid for restoration. A job like this in Washington, done right by a professional, not just a DIY guy who sprayed a few bumpers in a car himself. A professional. A complete job like this would run about $10,000. Reason being, it's different if we're spraying OEM color, where we just took apart some things and we could tape off some stuff and spray the same color because we don't have to worry about jams. But look, we got to break this all apart to do it right. I know a lot of people out there who would do it for cheaper. That's what I mean. That's the problem with this industry. A lot of people are fighting to just get work and to pay the bills, and they end up sacrificing their work. And some of these guys are really good. It's just they take jobs in for cheap because they're desperate to pay the bills. And then you got to ask yourself one thing: they got to cut corners somewhere. If they're charging $6 grand for a complete paint job, even a color change, if that, they're taking shortcuts and not doing something right and using really cheap material that compromises warranty, quality of it all. I stopped doing cheap jobs like 13 years ago because it always bit me in the ass when I did a complete job for $2,000 or $4,000. It always bit me in the ass. But ever since, I've been taking nothing but higher standard paint jobs, everything comes out good. My customers are always happy. They always come back. They come back to me and they send even welding stuff, even though that's not my best quality work, which I'm still practicing every day. They send that because they know my they know I'm gonna try to do my best, you know. So enough rambling on. We are going to get ready and start doing the rest of the jams, and stay tuned. All right, we got all the fasteners and plastic pieces broke down on all the rear area. Didn't take off everything. Like, I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. We did not take apart this, and then we can tape around it. We can pull it out and just tape around it. Little fasteners, we tape around those. Reason being is we're not getting paid to do a complete full restoration where they want us to take everything apart, because for one, if they don't want to pay and I break a clip, who has to pay for it? We do, because the customer don't want to pay extra. So, you know, that's the reason being. We're not half-asking it. We're just leaving some things on that we can get away with. Something that's small and minute, nothing major, something the customer doesn't mind. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you the backside of the customer. He had scuff. Looks pretty good, but like I said, it's you can see shiny spots on there after you clean it off. And I'm going to show you it real quick. See, okay. See, you can see all the dirt. We need to clean this off. Got to use some of that waterborne wax and grease remover. Get them off as much as we can. Did a pretty good job scuffing, but you know, look closely. It's all shiny, 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 shiny. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, it's guys who are experienced. They know what to look for, and that's what I'm getting paid to do right now. Just gonna go over everything thoroughly. And shout out to the customer. Good job on scuffing it the best you can. Helps me out. I guess gotta go over there and hit all the little areas that you might have missed and clean it up, like all this dirt and all that, and scuff it. So far, I spent hours just scuffing. It's a task. It's very detailed work. Might not be heavy duty work, but it's my time. My time is money. You're paying for my skill and my worth and my experience. I got 21 years in doing this. I'm not the best. I am still learning every day, and I always strive to be better every day also. That's how I learn. So let's get at that and stay tuned. No more rambling, all right? We are done for the day. Them jams took a lot out of me. This is part-time. I try not to spend too much time. I try to spend just time on the morning, maybe a little bit into the noon, then I had to get off for work and all that. But since I've been recovering for COVID, I'm not at work. But yeah, even if I'm home all day, I'm not gonna put all my time in it all day. I try to treat it like it's still my side hobby. Work on it on a certain hours, which is mornings and late nights when I get off work. But I just got a package in. It says Rogue Fab. I'm gonna open that up real quick in front of you guys. Hold on. So, if you don't know what Rogue Fab is, they make some awesome tools. And they've been doing a lot of these drawings every month or so. You buy merchandise, and I don't know, it's not really a high chance, but it doesn't hurt to try. ordered a shirt over there, and hopefully my name gets picked out for the drawing for the $3,000 tube pipe bender, mandrel bin. That's pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So pray for me, everybody. I want to win that tube bender. It is nice. It makes some really quality stuff. I just don't have $3,000 to spend. All my tools usually come from only side money. I only allow myself to invest in myself from cars like this, or every welding job I do every day. It adds up and I purchase a new tool. To be honest, I hate it. I don't like buying tools. I would rather buy car parts. I would rather buy some clothes. I would want to get some nice shoes, you know. But at the end of the day, I never invested in myself this much. I've been doing this for so long. I accumulated all those tools, but now I'm just really for it now, investing into it. In fact, thanks to my lovely wife, she wasn't asking me what I wanted, so it's kind of weird. And then I finally broke her, and she was like, yeah, she was trying to surprise me. She wanted to buy me a tool that I needed for the shop. So she actually bought me a brand new Eastwood East Roller, 36-inch. That's like close to $2,000 shipped over here. That's not with all the dies, it's just the basics. So I'm really blessed to have a wife and a best friend like Kathy. So shout out to you, baby. Love you and thanks. I think we are gonna call it a day. It's gonna blow the garage out. Try to blow it out every day, just for like 20 minutes. All the dust accumulates in here, so I gotta blow it out and sweep whatever I can. So thanks for staying tuned. We're getting really close. Stay tuned, and I think you guys will be happy at the outcome with this. All right, thank you. You guys have a good day.